Hello friends, I am Welshie and welcome to Theory Pop. In today's video I'm going to talk about the recently released trailer for Paramount's live action Sonic the Hedgehog. It's certainly a trailer. I always try to stay positive about topics I cover in my videos, so for the purposes of this video I'm going to focus on the things I liked about the trailer and what I hope that means for the movie when it's out later this year. I mean, it'd be pretty unfair of me to judge the whole film based on less than 3 minutes of footage, but before I do that, I'm going to get some of the negative questions out of my system all in one go. So here goes. Why does Sonic look like that? What's up with his eyes? Why does he have people teeth? Why does he make blue lightning? Why can he dodge missiles and bullets but not tranquilizer darts? Does Sonic shed a lot when he runs? Is licking his quills like licking a 9-volt battery? Why did they use Gangsta's Paradise as the song for the trailer when it clearly doesn't fit the tone of the film at all? Okay, burned through that lot pretty quick. Gotta go fast. Apparently. There's definitely plenty in this trailer to give Sonic fans reason for concern. His design looks off, the CGI doesn't exactly look great, and everything feels just a bit wrong. Full disclosure, I am a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. The original game on the Mega Drive, or Genesis if you're from the States, was the first game I ever played way back in 1991. I've stuck with the series fairly closely since then, and I want to see a good Sonic movie. So when I first saw this trailer, my initial reaction was a resounding, "Oh no, my poor baby boy, what have they done to you?" But I've looked at it again, a bit closer this time, and there are some things there that give me hope. Not hope that the movie will be good necessarily, but hope that there will be elements and themes in keeping with the character and franchise. First up, let's look at Sonic himself. Yes, he does look weird, especially those teeth. It's really disconcerting to see an anthropomorphic hedgehog with a set of human teeth, like that freaky fish that gives people nightmares. I'm not sure why they had to change Sonic's appearance so drastically, since he's appeared next to live action people before and that seemed fine. And there's artists on Twitter that have redrawn Sonic in a style more closely resembling his game design in shots from the trailer, and those look pretty great. But we are where we are, with this odd version of the blue hedgehog, so let's look at what we actually have. I'm not a big fan of this look for Sonic, but there are some shots used in the trailer where his design actually doesn't appear too bad. Drastically different, yes, but not bad. The shots where he's got this intense, determined look on his face actually appear pretty decent. I think in this particular shot, it's because his eyes aren't so super wide as to appear too large for his head. The lowered brows kind of make Sonic's face look acceptable. The way his spines look, flared out behind and to the side of his head as he's running down this building, really reminds me of Speed Highway in Sonic Adventure, when Sonic does the same thing and runs down the side of a building. It's kind of a nice callback, and I feel like, comparing these side by side, it's actually a decent comparison to make. It also looks like the way the film will depict Sonic's speed will be interesting. I'm not a fan of the speedsters generate lightning effect that seems to be a common trope in films nowadays, but the way Sonic moves seems alright. His signature spin dash looks pretty good, and it looks like they're keeping modern Sonic's style of running, with his arms outstretched behind him when he's at full speed. And of course there's a whole running down a building thing, which is kind of a classic move for Sonic at this point. Secondly, let's address Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I'll be honest, when I first heard this particular casting choice, I couldn't see it working, but the trailer has begun to convince me otherwise. I don't think Carrey was the perfect choice to portray Robotnik, but I actually kind of like what I've seen so far. He's bringing this exaggerated, over-the-top energy to the role, and it looks like he's really going to embody the idea of Robotnik as the egotistical mad scientist. What I really liked is the trailer's apparent indication that Robotnik's appearance changes over the course of the film, with the Doctor starting off in this all-black, rather smart ensemble, then changing to a red outfit that's closer to his iconic appearance from the games, before going full Eggman mode by the end with the bald head and the huge moustache. But if this means we get to see this kind of journey that Robotnik goes on, from a genius scientist whose technology and intellect basically gets him whatever he wants, to an obsessed villain who has finally come across an obstacle his scientific knowledge can't overcome and goes completely off the rails, then that's fine with me. Also, is it just me, or does it look like at the end of the trailer Robotnik has been transported to another world? The background looks like it's made of giant mushrooms, which immediately makes me think of Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic & Knuckles. and that object he's holding for some reason really reminds me of the Chaos Drives from Sonic Adventure 2. And finally, there's some nice throwbacks to the Sonic the Hedgehog games, which I kind of expected since the movie is based on the games, but they're nice to see all the same. Sonic's classic spin dash sound effect seems to have made it into the movie, as well as the iconic ring sound. I've already mentioned Sonic's habit of running down the sides of buildings and sprinting with his arms outstretched behind him, but it's also nice to see the return of the giant ring. There's also a blink and you'll miss it close-up shot of Dr. Robotnik's glove, which appears to have a pad in the shape of a Mega Drive controller embedded in the palm, along with a D-pad. That's a pretty nice touch. Whether the movie ends up being good or not, I'll still be going to see it. I kind of have to at this point. I'm probably going to wait until the film is out before I really do another video talking about it, so for now, that's it. But what do you folks think? How do you feel about Sonic's movie design? Do you like the idea of Jim Carrey as Robotnik? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see more theories, check out this one on the left. Click my face to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.